If you're thinking about buying a house on Lake LBJ, you are probably going to hear the term the Highland Lakes quite often. And you might be wondering, what exactly is the Highland Lakes? I had a client actually ask me this. You're going to see it kind of all around town, the Highland Lakes, you're going to hear it. And he was like, what is the Highland Lakes? So I just want to break that down to you real quick. So the Highland Lakes is a stretch of the lower Colorado River. It starts about an hour and a half northwest of Austin, starting with Lake Buchanan, and then runs down to Lake Austin. And these lakes, these 6 lakes, are separated by dams that are owned and operated by LCRA, the Lower Colorado River Authority. So you have Lake Buchanan, Inks Lake, Lake LBJ, Lake Marble Falls, Lake Travis, and then Lake Austin. So surrounding these lakes, you're gonna find a bunch of small cities and towns. They each have their own kind of culture to it, their own different pros and cons, and collectively, these little small cities and towns surrounding the lakes is known as the Highland Lakes community. Because on the other hand, you have parts of Lake Travis and Lake Austin where that is Austin, Texas. But an hour west, you do have those several little towns, and instead of individually naming the towns, it has just been adopted and known as the Highland Lakes. Okay, out of these 6 lakes, Lake Buchanan and Lake Travis are our reservoir lakes where a lot of our water supply comes from for the region. And then talking about the dams specifically, they were designed to help control possible flooding and to generate hydroelectric power. Okay, I'm gonna read for you. This is just my little nerd moment, a little blurb from the LCRA page. And reminder, Lower Colorado River Authorities is what LCRA stands for, and they are the ones who are managing these dams, and then they have specific rules and regulations for the lakes, and it's really important. Their job is, so I don't want to get too into it, this is maybe for another episode, but in regards to septic, so LCRA has to approve your septic whenever you are transferring title. So anytime there's a home sale, LCRA has to sign off on the septic because they don't want all that running into the lake, you know? So that's just one example of LCRA's involvement with real estate. Okay, so I'm just gonna read this little blurb from their website just to give you a better idea about the energy, and then I'll stop talking about the energy. I just think it's really cool, and I love that we are living here. Okay, LCRA moves water downstream to meet water supply needs through hydroelectric turbines, creating power along the way. Power generation at LCRA's 6 dams along the Highland Lakes was once the major source of LCRA's electric generation capacity, but LCRA now releases water solely to generate electricity only when directed to do so by the Electric Reliability Council of Texas. Hydroelectric generation is a small portion of the power LCRA produces today, but it remains an important part of the Texas power grid. So now we know what the Highland Lakes is, what it's made out of, who governs it, who's in charge of it. And now I'm going to talk specifically more about Lake LBJ and why it is attracting so many people. It is like the past couple years, it has really grown in popularity. A big reason for this is that there is actually a huge power plant in Horseshoe Bay, and between the dams, the water levels on Lake LBJ are well maintained by the LCRA. This is to make sure that power plant doesn't overheat. So it's important that the levels aren't dropping, which for residents, that is a positive thing because it has turned into such a recreational area. So we have a lot of people that live out here as their primary home, their second home, and then there's also great investment opportunities with short-term rentals. It is centrally located in Texas, so it's a really easy drive from West Texas, San Antonio, just an hour from Austin, and we're actually seeing more people from Dallas-Fort Worth area, and quite a few people from Colorado even. So it is a great location. The water levels are maintained. There really is just something for everyone. Each part of the lake just has its own specific quality to it. You have anywhere from Kingsland to Horseshoe Bay, and then you have Granite Shoals, Highland Haven, Sunrise Beach, and each one of them is so special in their own way. If you are thinking about buying on Lake LBJ, you want to sell on Lake LBJ, I want to partner with you. I want to be there as a resource. I want to answer your questions. I want to show you around this amazing place. If you have any questions about the lake specifically, about selling specifically, buying, or if you just want to know what it's like to work with me and we could set up a consultation, or we can just chat about the market. If maybe now's not the right time, just know I want to work with you. I have people reach out to me all the time wanting to know more about Lake LBJ or possibly selling their properties here. And you can reach me by text, call, or email. You can find that information in the comments.